You're listening to Bookin' Around Town with Jocq on the Audio Flow.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to The Featured Voice. I'm your host, Jocq, and as always, I'm very excited to be here with you today. I love when I have a chance to meet new authors, whether it's at a physical event or through my podcast. And I've been playing phone tag with today's guest probably since March, which means that she's been very, very, very busy. And we are not disappointed about that. I love when authors are busy in their writing caves and they're writing away. And so that's what she's been doing. And we just had a chance to finally connect and chat a little bit about what's going on with her upcoming releases and what took place today. So I'm excited to share and introduce to some of you and present to others today's special guest, Melissa Storm. Hey, Melissa, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Today's been awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing just as fabulous. It is Wednesday, so that means we're halfway through the week and 2 days to the weekend. So that's my new hashtag, 2 days to the weekend.
I have no weekends.
Yeah, you guys don't. Oh, that sucks. But you said you had a great day today, and I know, for one, that your Kindle World released today. So happy Kindle World release day.
Thank you. I'm calling it the book birthday times 20.
A book. So is that how many books released in the Kindle World today?
We have 20 authors with new books for my series, and my bird is very excited about that. I have 9 pets, so pet interference is always high. It's how you know you have me and not an imposter in my place. But yes, 20 authors released books today, and I'm so psyched. We even had one author, it was her first book ever. So it's just been really cool. We have so much talent and all levels of experience and just a wonderful group of authors.
I love it. And so which series did the Kindle World come from?
From my Christian romance series, the First Street Church Romances. And they are small town romances centered around a little white church. And they're issues books. So they're not just sweet, happy-go-lucky books. Mm-hmm. Bad things happen, like alcoholism and suicide and gastric bypass surgery and hoarding and you name it. So the faith element is just as important. And the books are both uplifting and inspiring, although normally you will cry.
Well, I'm so glad that you put that warning at the end, because I was sitting here like, oh, that sounds like, pretty much everyday life. A lot of people go through those various issues. And then you say, I'm going to cry. And then I just totally made a face like, I don't want to cry. but
then you smile through the tears. So it's lovely.
Yes, we will say that. Smile through the tears. That's very important. Well, again, congratulations. And I love that you said that there were different levels in the author. So what's kind of the process through Kindle World? I know that there's a lot of them. It's become more popular probably in recent years. What's kind of been your process in getting your books put into a Kindle World?
Yes, I'm happy to answer that. I like to pace around when I'm on the phone. It's basically the only form of exercise I get, and I ran into my vacuum.
Oh my gosh, be careful.
It's a little floor vac because we have 4 dogs, and all of them are heavy shedders, so the floor vac sucks up their fur, and I just ran into it.
Oh my gosh. So she's clumsy too. Yes.
But yes, Kindle World. So mine is actually the first contemporary Christian world. So that's a new horizon. And any authors who are interested in my world or any readers can go to sweetgrovebooks.com. I'm a web designer, so I made a website for my world. And you'll find the author info. We have a Facebook group with authors who write in the world, and it's over 200 members already. It's kind of nuts. This world's growing really fast. But I got my world because Amazon offered it to me. I've written for 3 worlds in the past, 3 other authors' worlds, and love the experience because I use it as a chance to experiment and stretch myself because it's outside of my main brand, and you get inspired by the world you're coming into and the authors joining it with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so Amazon knew me from those projects. And in March, I had a huge book launch for my book, Love's Promise, which is the second in the First Street Church romances.
Mm-hmm.
And it got Amazon's attention, and they're like, hey. So we talked, and they offered me a publishing deal through Kindle Press for the series, as well as the Kindle World, to coordinate those two branches of Amazon so they could work together to market them synergistically.
I love it. I love it. Well, so congratulations double for being the first in that genre to have a Kindle World, and congratulations again for this giant book release, 20 plus books releasing in the world. So tell the listeners a little bit about your history in writing and how you actually got your start and what allows you to start to select this particular genre to write in, being, Christian romance, if that's what it's called, because some people call it inspirational. So I don't know which term you go with.
Yeah, I go with either because I've written Jewish romances too. But yeah, this is a Christian romance series. I also write sweet romance, which, is the same heat level, no heat. The characters kiss once or twice, and that is it.
Is it like Fade to Black? It's Fade to Black, Melissa?
No, it's not even Fade to Black. There is not sex in my books. There's not even implied sex. And for the Christian romances, they're longer because they have the issue and the relationship with God that's driving the plot as well. Mm-hmm. But my sweet romances are novella length, and they're often romantic comedies. Okay. And I like to write them in between my longer Christian romances so that I don't get too depressed.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I write issues books, so I get into the characters with those issues.
Yeah.
So every other book launch is a nice romantic comedy so I can feel happy, and almost always with animals. But how I got started is my original bio said I was born with a fountain pen in my hand, which is not true.
It sounds nice, though.
I used to write little kids' books, write and illustrate, because before I was an author, I was a published political cartoonist. I won't tell you for what side.
Okay.
But I was a political cartoonist in college, and I had always wanted to write, but I was too practical to major in English, because I know you don't get jobs if you major in English. So I did my master's degree in quantitative sociology and survey methodology. And for 2 years out of grad school, I had a job as a senior research analyst, and it was great and everything. And I decided I wanted to be a writer anyway. Mm-hmm. So I wrote my first book after I became the lead books writer for the newspaper in my town, Ann Arbor. They offered me the spot because I had a big book club, and they're like, "We think you're an expert on books. We want you to write a column." So I started reporting on events around town and reviewing books, and it gave me the discipline, because I had to turn my column in each week, and the motivation to actually write my first novel. And so I did, and that was 2009 or 10. And I published my first book, which was a different book, in late 2011 as Emlyn Chan, my pen name. And then in 2013, I almost died. I got pregnant, became extremely sick. I couldn't work, which is a big problem when you're self-employed. I not only almost died through all the complications, but also developed OCD. And a lot of people talk about postpartum depression and issues, but it's actually every bit as common to have mental health issues during pregnancy with the hormones. So I developed OCD, and I still have it. In a lot of ways, I consider it an asset. I'm a huge mental health advocate, but that happened. And so I was faced with the new mental health issues, with the near-death experience, with 2 years of not being able to write, with over $50,000 in medical debt, and being a mom for the first time. So when I finally got the chance to write again, I didn't want to write the same thing. I was writing dark paranormal YA, and I didn't want to write that. I really wanted to write. I was really inspired by what I'd been through, and I wanted to write about angels. So I decided to come out as myself, as Melissa Storm, to be a good example for my daughter and not hide behind a pen name, and to write stories that I wanted her to have. Because I did come close to dying, and I thought, what if I'm not here? What if my daughter never knows me? So what I write as Melissa Storm is a way every book is showing her who I am and how much I love her, and just what life can offer and what God can offer. That's my origin story.
Yeah, we're so thankful that you're still with us, and those near-death experiences, like you said, those things we go through can really change a person's perspective, and that really gives readers and listeners an opportunity to understand your writing a little bit better after sharing that story. And so, I believe in angels, and I know that they are real, and God is real, and just wow. Now I don't mind crying when I read the book.
Yeah, my first book I wrote as Melissa Storm, Diving for Pearls, was my what if. If I had died. So the character Elizabeth has the same complications I had during pregnancy, but she dies before she meets her child. So she is assigned to be the guardian angel to help the daughter reach heaven. So it's not a strictly Christian book. It's pantheistic. It includes elements from lots of faiths. It's a story to make us reflect on what's important in our life and to make us think about what we believe. My books are never about, this is how you do it, this is what you should believe.
Right.
And readers who are extremely conservative or dogmatic sometimes don't like my books because I try to bring faith to everyone. So, I want to reach people who just are seekers, not people who think they have all the answers already. I don't have all the answers already.
Right.
And, I think it's important to be able to reach people who may not realize that there is something they can enjoy in Christian fiction, even if they're an atheist.
Right.
So I really try to open up spirituality, faith, and God to all readers, not just those who already self-identify as Christian.
Right. And that's the whole purpose of us as believers, is not so much to preach to the choir, so to speak, but also to those who don't have a relationship, and not so much of throwing it in somebody's face, but actually just living it and letting people see it. And I think that we can probably get that through your books, right? So it's not so much of, here's 50 scriptures that I'm going to give you in the book, but there's a story behind it, and people can relate to it, and then they can find what it is that they're looking for in the story.
I almost changed religions very recently. With the recent political climate and things going on, and just the outpouring of hate I've seen from fellow Christians, it saddens my heart. And my husband and I were actually preparing to convert to Judaism, Reform Judaism, for a more accepting community that focused on love and not hate. And we were so close. And then I just started this series, and I found God again. And now I'm happy to say I'm a Christian. And I almost felt like before I was running away, I was saying, I don't like how this is done, so I'm not going to be part of it. But now I'm saying, I don't like what I'm seeing, so now I'm going to help change it because I care about it, because I care about God, because I care about the church. And I feel like our community is just as afflicted and, has just as many issues as a lot of other minority groups, because people look at the radicals and they don't realize that there's a lot of good Christians out there who want to help people. And I want to be that voice, and to make it okay to talk about being a Christian. I just feel like there's a war on, and I don't like war very much. So I'm trying to be happy and just unite people, and at the end of the day, just show that God is love, period.
Yes, that's pretty much it. You can live by those words. God is love, the end, right? So, So let's talk a little bit about the First Street Church romances. The first book actually just released in June 7th. And so, but you have a couple different books that kind of released around the same time. So if we were starting, do you have any particular order that you would say a new reader would need to start with, either one series over the other, or would you tell them probably to start with the First Street Church romances?
Okay, so the ones that released in June were the reissues, because Amazon Kindle Press bought the series.
Okay.
So initially, Love's Prayer, the first book, came out September 29th last year.
Okay.
And then Love's Promise, book 2, came out March 7th. Then they were reissued in early June by Kindle Press, re-edited, taken under the Amazon publishing. And then book 3, Love's Prophet, came out at the end of June. Now we have the Kindle World, and in early August, the next book from me comes out. Hopefully, because I'm trying to finish it in time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so you and I have been trying to have this interview, I would say probably since April, March-ish, and you have been so busy. And now I understand why. You've been a writing machine and making some changes and doing the Kindle World. And now you have a book that's releasing in August. So let's talk a little bit about your upcoming release. Is it also a part of the First Street Church Romances, or is it another series?
Yes, so the one coming out in August that I'm hopefully finishing on Friday, it's past due. My publisher hasn't noticed or bugged me about it yet.
Knock on wood, right?
Yeah, I'm trying. I've in the last 1 week, my computer broke and was out of the shop for 5 days due to a long delayed complication from surgery. My teeth have started falling out. I'm 32 years old. And just issue. And I'm like, I cannot write the book in this climate. There's too much stuff happening. So I need a root canal and I'll be fine. But
gosh, no. Root canals.
Oh, joy. I'm so
happy.
Yeah. But, so that is Love's Vow is the wedding novella for Love's Prayer. So that couple is getting married. And it's my first time writing a novella for the First Street Church Romances, which is usually full length. And that's been a bit of a challenge, too, because I have such a large cast of characters and 20,000 words to tell their story in this one. So I have the First Street Church Romances. I have the Cupid's Bow series, which is my sweet romance novella series. And I have one of those coming out in August. And I had one come out in June. And then I'm starting a new series called the Sled Dog Romances, or the Sled Dog series. And that first book is Let There Be Love. And that's coming out September 19th. And I'm doing a really big marketing push to try to make USA Today. And it's a Christian romance set in Alaska, based on a series of rescue sled dogs that were rescued through this charity organization. And each of the books takes inspiration from one piece of classic literature married with one fairy tale. So the first one, Let There Be Love, is Beauty and the Beast with Jane Eyre, with my own twist, with sled dogs.
Well, that is a very interesting concept. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the book cover, everybody, and it's a really cute looking book. I mean, the dog is so okay. The dog is the first thing I saw. I don't know if that was the intent, but he's so cute.
I have a fabulous cover designer, Mallory Roth, but in this case, for this series, I designed these covers.
Did you?
So thank you.
You did a great job. I like it. I don't know, it's something about animals and dogs when I see them on the cover. And as far as we know that you love dogs, so I'm pretty sure that was probably a lot of your love going into that book cover as well, and making sure that cover stood out and he represented what you were trying to bring forth in the book. So
for sure. Like I said, I have 9 pets. 4 of them are dogs. I have 4 birds and a cat. So you're able to have a zoo when you work from home full time, because you're always there with them. You're not leaving them for the work day. And my husband also works from home / is a stay-at-home parent. And yeah, we have our giant zoo.
And I bet they're all spoiled too.
Pretty much, yeah. We just installed this dog door that cost $500 for the stinking dog door. And now we're trying to teach them how to use it. The husky's a little nervous about it. And our Newfie, our huge dog, who's 160 pounds and still growing, is too big to fit through the door. And we're kind of worried to tear the wall out because he's going to try to force it. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Oh my gosh, that's like great and a nightmare at the same time because we didn't get a doggy door. We got one of those screens that kind of looks like a curtain, but it's got the magnets and the dogs can go in and out. And we've got a boxer, a Maltese, and I have a Shih Tzu. And everybody else was fine going through there except my dog. He was staring at it like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, just watch all the other dogs go in and out. And he was so afraid of the screen. But he likes to jump on high things and jump down, but he wouldn't go through the screen, which was just crazy. So
we're working on and training on. This is the kind that goes in the wall. So that's why it was more expensive and a lot of work to get it in there.
Yeah.
And we needed a super heavy duty one so our cat doesn't go through it.
Yeah.
I don't think he will, but the little dogs, our Pomeranian and our Pom Husky mix, I have toilet training issues. So we are hoping the dog door cleans that problem right up for us.
Oh, yeah. Well, good luck. It's like potty training, right? The same concept with the dogs. You have to teach them how to use things so that they can go out and use the bathroom. That's always fun.
Yep, and we got a new house about a year ago, so our old house had dog door and fenced yard, and our Pom was perfectly potty trained. But when she lost the door, she lost the potty training. So it's just like one thing after another, and we're potty training a human right now, too. My daughter's 3. So poop everywhere. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm a bad mom, but I don't touch the poop. Like, because I have OCD. So
yes.
I cannot. So if there's a poop, my husband deals with it every time. God bless him. I will not touch it. I love my daughter in many other ways. We do lots of cuddling and art. We have a coloring app on my iPad. We snuggle. We watch her really boring kids shows like Little Einsteins and all kinds of things, but I can't do the bodily excrement. It's just so dirty.
I like how you put it in the big terms, bodily excrements. That should be like your new hashtag. I don't do bodily excrements. But then somebody would spell it wrong, so maybe we should just say she doesn't do the poop. I don't know.
Yeah. That works. No, I have a word for that affliction. I call it GRE-itis. Like I said, I went to grad school, so I had to take the GRE, the graduate record exam, and I had to learn 3,500 words for this thing. And I learned those words, and I scored really, really well in the vocab section. And I'm like, I learned all these words, and now I'm going to use them.
Yes.
So my editors are like, really? Obsequious, really? So they'll take it out. But every now and then, if you're talking to me normally, I'll just, whoop, there's a GRE word. Whoop. And it's been over 10 years, or not over 10 years, but has been 10 years. I'm old. I'm 32 now. I took the GRE when I was 21.
No,
I'm glad they're still in my brain somewhere.
Well, yeah, you're not old. I'm a lot older than you, and yeah, the GRE was not my friend, but I'm glad at least somebody got something out of it, and you got those vocabulary words, and gosh darn, you should use them. And they're gonna, of course, they're gonna remove them from your book because people like us who don't use 7-syllable words, we'd have to go look it up to figure out what you were trying to say.
I'm getting better about it, but you know how I learned all those words is I made all these flashcards, and my roommate was terribly shy. My roommate I had at the time. Mm-hmm. So I made every example sentence on my flashcard something really, I'll use GRE word to describe it, lascivious, like a very like sexy sentence with her in it, and like a Harry Potter character usually. Rachel and Ron, the GRE word. And she would just turn like tomato red. And it was the funniest thing because I would get her to help me study and she'd see the sentence I'd written. So, oh boy, did I memorize those words.
That's funny.
A lot of the words are very sexy words.
I believe it. Well, the first funny part about that is that you use flashcards. And I guarantee not many people even know what a flashcard is right now. So, yeah, we kind of dated ourselves. Everybody has an app now. There's probably a flashcard app. So, nobody uses flashcards.
I'm very old in spirit. So, I'm 32 in number, but a lot of my readers are in their 80s, and we get along just great because I have a bad back that I throw out. I have bad eyes, so I need to make the font really big on my e-readers. I like to go to bed at 8 p.m. So I'm much older in spirit than I am in body, although my body is catching up, man.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I must be right up there with you, because about 9 o'clock, I'm like, okay, it's bedtime, and I use a super big font on everything. I'm always close to the computer. I turn the volume up on everything because I can't hear. So I can relate. We're in that same hemisphere, age-wise, physically.
It's a good place to be because it's comfortable here.
It is comfortable. I mean, are you wearing like mom jeans and elastic pants, or does everything have elastic you just throw over your head? I mean, it's the most comfortable thing ever.
Well, right now I'm wearing a t-shirt with Anna and Elsa from Frozen because my daughter, who's 3, knows how to shop on my iPad.
Oh,
so
gosh.
Like, Mom, you need Elsa shirts. Mom, you need purple shoes. So now I have a pair of Pumas that are purple. Mom, I need a crown. And it's so hard to say no to her. But so I'm wearing this shirt with no bra, of course, because I work from home. And I have track pants on right now because I need to do laundry, so I don't have my pajama pants on. But please, I only wear jeans if I'm leaving the house. So this is how I am, and I do Facebook Live with my readers a lot, and I do training for authors with live videos where they can see me. And like I always say, like, here I am, no makeup, my hair is not brushed. That's how I present myself because that's how I work. That's my natural state.
I love it.
So I keep it simple.
You and I would get along just great. I mean, everything down to the Elsa shirt, because Frozen is one of my favorite Disney movies. And unfortunately, I cannot blame my shopping on the tablet or Amazon on anybody but myself. But I wish I could blame it on the 3-year-old. And yeah, I pretty much wear the same type of things, except it's just shorts and a t-shirt. Actually, I wear that outside too. I kind of don't care. Unless
Phoenix, you want to say hi? My 3-year-old just appeared from school. Speed, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Say hi, party people.
Hi, party people.
Oh, you're so cute.
That's as good as we're going to get. She loves doing Facebook Live and Snapchat. So she'll beg, I want to do a video. I want to do a video every night. Mommy, I want to do a video. I want to do a video on your iPad.
That is so
I want to be
cute.
a little kitty because that's her favorite Snapchat filter. So
she's so
the phone
cute.
is not as. Now she's telling Daddy, Mommy told me I could do a video.
Well, that means you have to keep your promise to her and let her do a video.
I started on Facebook Live twice today, but maybe later.
Maybe late, or you could just do a snap picture and send it to me, and we can tag it when this podcast goes live.
Okay, find me, Storm Author, and we'll do a Snapchat for you. Hopefully,
all
we'll
right.
not be a stupid hot dog. But whatever she decides.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so we know what's coming up for you in August and September. Do you have any plans to attend any signing events this year?
I just did one this past weekend, Taste of Brighton, in my hometown. And I'm on the board for Ann Arbor Book Festival, which is the largest book event here in Southeast Michigan. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I mean, I go, when people ask me to go somewhere, I usually will go there. I'll be very anxious about it because, I'm very shy. I like to
You're
be
very
online.
shy?
I feel safe there. I don't
Wait,
like to be out in
what?
person. But I'll
You're
do
shy?
it.
Did you say you were shy?
And I'm not doing any major conferences this year. I am. People don't usually believe that. I'm so confident online. It's in person that, because I'm in my own skin rather than in my avatar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really hoping to go to RWA next year because so many of my friends go, and I'm just sick of always having to say, no, I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
So hopefully next year.
Well, that sounds good. So hopefully any readers or fans that are in the Michigan area, they can find you at an event later on this year. And is that information on your Facebook page or your website where they can find more about where you'll be? I hear the dogs barking. Hey, doggy.
My husband just came home from from picking my daughter up at school. Now my dogs are like, the child's home. Rejoice.
They're excited.
And the 2 big dogs are wrestling right now. So you hear the Newfie, the 160-pound dog, barking and wrestling with the 100-pound golden retriever.
Oh, wow. Well, they're excited.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Like I said, that's how you know you have me and not an imposter.
Exactly. We have you.
My environment. No, so my website is melstorm.com, and I'm all over. I'm everywhere. I'm Facebook is my number one spot. I have my pages, profiles, groups. I'm on YouTube. I do a lot of videos. I blog. You name it. I'm everywhere. It's just probably easiest to get me on my website, by email, or Facebook.
Okay. Well, we like that you're everywhere. And so, okay, when you're not doing all of this work, what are you doing? What are some things that you do to make sure you recenter yourself or you have that balance back? Because you did mention that some of those books that you write, because of the heavy issues, it can kind of, put you in a certain state of mind. So how do you get yourself back on track and find a, kind of happy, perky place?
My husband's laughing in the background. I'll let you know when I figure that one out, because it's work, a couple hours with family, sleep, repeat, 7 days a week.
Wow. Okay. So no vacation spots? Nothing you guys like to
No.
do? No? Did you laugh?
I'm working with a financial planner right now to help me so that eventually I can take a full weekend off. That's
okay.
the goal. I've recently started taking half a day off on the weekend. That's new.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's a start, though.
I'm a workaholic because I love the work I do. And I'm able to connect with and help a lot of people. Because besides the books, I have my own businesses, and I'm just always on the move, always doing something.
Right.
Right now I have a fidget spinner. I took my cat's fidget spinner away from him. Yes, my cat has a fidget spinner that he loves. I took it away from him, and now he's glaring at me.
Well, you might want to give it back to him. Poor cat.
I'm not afraid of you, cat.
Oh my gosh. Well, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us today on Bookin' Around Town. Everyone Loves Val, a First Street Church wedding novella, is releasing on August 5th, 2017. Is that only available on Kindle, or is it available on other retailers?
So the First Street Church romances are Amazon exclusive because they're published by Amazon. The rest of my books are either everywhere or in the process of being taken everywhere, including Google Play. So the next one will be a surprise, so I can't say the title. So I will tell people to look for Let There Be Love, which is on pre-order now, and it's on sale for 99 cents. Usually it'll be $3.99. And that one's coming September 19th.
Okay, everybody. So make sure that you head on over to Amazon and look up Let There Be Love, the Sled Dog series, book 1, which releases on September 19th. You'll see the cute little sled dog there. I don't even know what kind of dog that is, because it's not called a sled. I mean, it has a breed, but it's such a... What kind of dog is it? It's such a cute dog.
It's a husky.
A husky. See how much I don't know about big fluffy dogs in Alaska, but it's such a cute book. And so 99 cents, everybody. Pre-order it today, and be sure that you go and follow Melissa everywhere. She's everywhere, even on YouTube. So go find her, follow her, stalk her like we do so well to our authors. And again, congratulations on the Kindle World release. And everybody, you can go and find that as well if you go on Amazon and just type in Melissa Storm, no S, Storm, no S. All right,
Thank
Melissa?
you so much. It has been a pleasure. I am so sorry about all the background noise.
No, you're totally fine. Normally, I would be outside and you would probably hear a train and a bird and probably a helicopter. So we would be really equal with background noise, but that makes it seem more laid back versus just no noise at all. So we like the ambiance.
Okay.
I'll be looking forward to my Snapchat picture too of you and your daughter. So
yeah, excellent. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. I look forward to sharing this with my readers.
Yes, you're welcome. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for Bookin' Around Town. Until next time, keep booking.